options. We have a couple of different versions of our paid course. We have one where you can download and, keep it. It's a course that walks you through from beginning to end what it is to be a reader, from start to finish, all of the details. And then we have our gang, our tribe. We have the insider track, and that is people that they get the course, they download the course, but they want a little extra help. They either want hand holding sounds so terrible because these are really wicked smart people, and it's more of a mastermind. I feel. I mean, there is coaching involved, but we coach each other as well. So it's just a community. So it's an amazing community of people. We get together. We have our own Facebook group aside from this one. We have another Facebook group that's for people that are on the insider track. And so those people also, we look at their homework and give feedback. And then we also, we do movie nights. We get together and watch movies together. We also have weekly coaching sessions where you can show up and we actually go through whatever questions that you have about anything. Like we worked on Charles's log line the other night, and we talk about just life in general. And I'm like, there's different people that have stepped in. That's like I want to call them out because they're so wonderful. There's Ed and Paula, and there's people that are signed up that are going to do it, like Holly. And we have all these people that basically they come into the coaching session. We do them every single Thursday evening, and they say whatever they're struggling with, and then I help coach them through it. But everybody helps coach them through it, because no matter what you're struggling with, I guarantee there's someone that's struggling with that too. So it works out really great. There's Ed, our tribe. Funny that I wouldn't mention you. There you are. It's just a great group. It's really amazing. So I thought I would just go through and just show you, literally share my desktop, show you what the program looks like for those of you that have attended the masterclass or know that it's something that you want to do, or even if you haven't and you're interested. And then I'll share a couple of links. I'll share a couple of links that you can look at the program and kind of what we offer, and then also to join if you want to join us. So enrollment does close this evening at midnight. So I guess that's tonight, huh? It's not evening, it's midnight. We go all the way to the witching hour. So you have until midnight if you want to enroll into our paid programs. Stay in the Facebook group if you don't, and we'll do our free trainings every week. So without further ado, let me share my screen, shall I? Shall we? So this gives you a little bit of a, I think a minute. Okay, best options here. This is kind of how it works in the Screenreader program too. So, we've got like infinity going on. Wait a minute. Is that gonna work? Hang on. Let me change that. Hold on. Let's do it this way. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. That might work a little better. That was a little bit freaky. There we go. That's a little better. So, and then let me move this here and move that there. It's very exciting being in the Hollywood Screenreader program. I just want to be able to see your chat. Okay, so here you have, and what can you see? Okay, you can see everything. I need to be able to see what you see. You see? Did this whole training yesterday about how some people are auditory and they say things like, does that sound good? And some people are like, you see what I'm saying? And you feel me? I just love that. It's like, listen to that now. Listen for that now. Listen to people, and you'll know, like, are they kinesthetic? Like, do they say, I really feel like, do they go, oh, I hear you. I totally hear you. Or they go, oh, I see what you're saying. Super cool. I think it's just really interesting stuff. Anyway, so here's the problem. I'm like, okay, there we go. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe it will. Okay. So we use a platform called Thinkific. Sorry, I'm having trouble because I can't see your chat and the screen I'm sharing. This is a platform that we use called Thinkific. And so
Hi, I'm Carolyn. Welcome to the Hollywood Screenreaders course. We are very, very
shh, hush yourself. One of you was plenty. So there you have it. Oh goodness, there's a day in the life right there. So it's a welcome video, and in the welcome video, I show you all the things that you can do. And then, so then if you scroll over here on the left, we have discussion. This is where people post their homework, and we give them feedback, and we tell them, wow, did it in bold, very good. And so people post their homework, and you can see they're just putting what they did, and they have a little link, and we can all take a look at it, and then we give them feedback on homework, mostly on coverages. And then, so that's the community we all share in there as well. And then each one of these, this would be when you first sign up. If you sign up, this is the very first, we call it Start Here. It's what you get right away. All of the things that initially you start with, and then you'll receive today Phase 1, Act 1. And so each segment starts with, so the course is broken into phases, and each phase has 3 acts. See what we did there? So Phase 1, Act 2, Act 3, Phase 1, Act 2, Act 3. And then, as you can see, it's more of me talking, but as you can see, it's just kind of, I was about to say kind of like a PowerPoint. It is a PowerPoint. And then I talk over the front and over the top of it, and we give examples and we give all kinds of things that you need to learn. And then we add some, a review, so you can get the transcript of it if you'd like to learn that way. And then you'll get scripts to study. And then we basically do review, where you fill things in. What is inciting incident? Where is it? What does it mean? And then we also give you little things like a notepad so that you can take down notes. We give you little stuff all along the way. And then every session has a quiz. And so the quiz, in order to pass, you have to get 100%. Because it's not, and you can take it as many times as you want, because it's not about a grade. It's about knowing that you know the information. So you can take it as often as you want, but this we teach through the quiz as well. And so then, as you can see, here's Phase 1, Act 2, Act 3, Phase 2, Act 1, Act 2. And so we go through and we have all these different phases. We have a couple of different ways that you can do this, where we have one where you can just do the course. Everything is downloadable, as you can see. So let's see something that's kind of cool for you to look at. So like, here's an example of a coverage that I did, so you can kind of see it. You can get it, and then over here, you get to download it, right? And so you can download it and keep it. So this way you can keep everything as you go. So then you can come back to it forever. If you get lonely and you just want to hear my voice. I don't know what's wrong with me today. So lack of sleep maybe. So there you go. So that's basically how it works, and it keeps on down. And then on the insider track, we have a few different things. So then after we do, basically we break down, the first phase breaks down everything to do with story analysis. So like the foundation of everything, formatting, structure, story, arc, 3-act, all the kind of foundation of a screenplay. And then Phase 2, so there's 3 acts of that. We get really detailed. Phase 2 is all the creative stuff on top, the dialogue, the characters, the relationships, subtext. And then, so that's all the stuff, that makes it creative. And so there's a lot there too. Then we broke into different things. So we have like the writer's perspective. So we have a whole thing about, if you write screenplays and you want to be a reader, how do you marry those two things? The actor's perspective. How do you, how does an actor break down a script? What's the difference between mannerisms and character traits? What is subtext? How does an actor, what is a prompt book? And how does an actor break a script into a prompt book? And what does that mean? And then the producer's perspective. And this is a project, actually, the Jacob project, where we got a producer who commissioned us to rewrite Jacob and do produce this movie. And then Jacob's a really interesting project. As you can see, it's a 130-page screenplay. And so they gave us rights for you guys to look at it and take a look at it. And so far, still, nobody has found the hidden gem that we found in it that we think is really cool. Nobody's thought of it yet. That's one of the things that we teach, is finding the hidden gem in a screenplay. That is something, this screenplay is really long and it's a real mess. And the writers know this, they're new writers. They have a production company, they've done television, but they haven't done features yet. And so they want to break into the feature world. And so we're helping them do that. And so the screenplay has a lot of problems, but there is something really cool about it. And so that's the hidden gem. So the producers decided that rather than start breaking into movies with this script, to start with a horror film, because it's a little bit easier to break in. It's the budgets. This is a pretty big budgeted movie. They can do something that's smaller. So Doug and I started writing. They commissioned us to write a horror film. Well, the other thing that we have is the writer's room. So if you look in here in the writer's room, this is on the insider track. So if you look in the writer's room, these are our screenreaders that have posted scripts that they've written. And so we can practice on each other's screenplay. So this screenplay in particular, Mickey had posted this just to get people to cover it, so you get free coverage from your fellow screenreaders if you're in here. And then Peggy, one of our readers, she covered it. She found the hidden gem. the script had some problems, but it's actually, the script is far more solid than the Jacob script. So it's a pretty solid screenplay, just had some character issues and a few things. And so she pointed those out. She actually passed on it in her coverage. She didn't recommend it, but she said, but with this kind of work, and then she put, and this hidden gem, check this out. So we read the coverage, and then we kind of like, okay, we got to take a look. So then we looked at the screenplay, and we were like, oh yeah, she's totally right. She totally nailed it. So then we took the screenplay to the producers of the Jacob project, and they were like, we're in, let's do it. So now we are working on option Mickey screenplay, and now we're working on rewriting that, and you get to follow that whole project through if you're on the insider track. So you can put your screenplays in here, and then you can get coverage back, and then you can take them down and rewrite them. It's like one of the few places, because once you submit a screenplay somewhere and it gets covered, really hard to resubmit that screenplay. Even if you do a page 1 rewrite, you miss your shot. So this is an opportunity where you can resubmit and get feedback and all of that. So, and then for those of you that want to practice on coverages, we also have practice doing coverages. I mean, we also have screenplays written by writers that know what they're doing. And so these are a bunch of screenplays that you can practice on, basically, that are done and unproduced. And then for comparison's sake, we have additionally produced screenplays. So we've got Get Out, Eternal Sunshine, so that you can take a look at these as well. So these are just, for educational purposes. Basically, you can take a look at them. You can see the format, you can see what's going on. And so then every week, let me come back to sharing here. So that's basically inside the course. Let me know if you have any questions. I know I'm moving pretty quickly because there's a lot to cover, but that's basically inside the course. And then we have, I think I have to share in a different way. Share a different page. So then we have, yeah. So this is a sample of, oh, and there's Ed right there. Now everybody knows what Ed looks like. So there we have, these are, and then I can't do it because it's, well, yes, I could. Hang on. Can I? Can I? So then you can see, like, yeah. So then really we kind of joke and talk, but we do things, and then people put comments in the chat, and we ask questions, and we just do whatever. And then sometimes, I don't think on this session we had a hot seat, but sometimes people come into the hot seat and they share whatever they're working. These people all have their cameras on. Not everybody. Oh, it's recording. That's why I can't do it. So not everybody. Usually this is just one screen of people. Usually there's a little arrow right here, and so I can move to the next screen. And so usually we have like three or four screens of people that have shown up. And so you can't see here, but there's a lot of people here that are there that don't have their cameras on. Let me see if I go in the beginning. Let's see. So that's what we do every single week. Is we do. Go back even further. We do. Oh, it doesn't record it that way. Interesting. I'm learning about this. We use Zoom for this, so it doesn't record. It doesn't record the screen in the same way. It's showing the people that have their cameras on. So I'm going to get out of that. So hang on. So there you have it. So that's basically just a little look inside of the course and inside of what we do here at Hollywood Screenreaders. So those are the two kind of the options that, well, we have more than two. I almost said two options, but we have two paid options that you can do where you just pay for the course and download that, or you pay for all of the community stuff. And the other thing that we do in the community is we have guests come in sometimes. So like Paul Haggis, you see that we actually repurposed that interview, and you see that in this group, the Paul Haggis interview. Well, he came into the Screenreader group and he talked to us, and we gave him questions that you guys were asking. Actually, like every producer that's come in is just they dive into the chat and they answer questions. They're all just been great that way. And so it gives you an opportunity to ask questions of producers and people that have won Oscars. And then we also attend screenings sometimes. And so I'll be at a screening with your questions, and we live stream the screening and I ask questions. So what else? We're just having a great time. It's really fun. We're really proud of it. We're really proud of the course. We really feel like it is the only thing out there that we've been able to find that really walks you through step by step the reading process, and in a lot of different ways. You can be a reader for contests, you can be a reader for producers, for writers, directors, actors. You could move into being a consultant, and we deeply dive into that. On the insider track, you also get an entire another course. No, that's not worth pulling it up. An entire another course, which is called Coaching and Consulting, which walks you through if you want to become a consultant where you're working with writers, or you could be working with producers as well, but where you're working like one script at a time and diving really deep and like taking it slowly. This is for people who want that kind of deep experience as opposed to just reading and writing coverages. So there's different types. We have in phase 3, we have a whole thing where you track your time, you see how long it takes you, and you go through everything, and see what kind of work is best for you. Who do you want to be working with, and what kinds of screenplays do you want to be reading? What genre and what type of people do you want to work with? Actors, directors, cinematographers, costumers. Like, what is it that you want to be working with? People that get offers get a lot of screenplays across their desk. So if you have some sort of specialty, like we have Emily, who is a scientist, and she tells people whether or not the science in their screenplay is accurate. So good, right? So people are setting up their own businesses. Once you've gone through the course and we've seen your work and we know that you've been on the insider track and we know that your work is solid, and we've just been getting started doing this. It's taken us a little while to get off the ground, a couple of years, but now we've got people that have started their own business. Just yesterday we had someone was like, I got my first client, and then a couple of days ago someone was like, I just got a new client without even trying. Like, it's been really great. So we will put your link and website onto our website so that people can find you once we are solid and we know that your work is good. So that's a whole nother aspect. We call that the screen reader portal. So we are in the process of building that. And then we have one of our readers, Joy, is doing a whole, she has a Right Mind, which is so great. She coaches writers on mindset. She's going to be doing a challenge. We'll be telling you more about that. So it's cool. And then a lot of them some people have started writing together. It's been really, really cool. So it's really quiet in here. Usually a lot more people are chatting. So, but I wanted just to get that, down, show you what we had. Mercury retrograde is in full force. So I just wanted to show you behind the scenes so you could take a look. If you would, I think I can do it this way. She says, I actually don't believe in multitasking. I don't think anybody's good at it. It's called context switching, and you lose. You can't do two things at once. You're seeing it. So here's the link. It's kind of important. Got to spell links correctly. Hollywood Gatekeepers. There we go. So there is the link. And let me show that. HollywoodGatekeepers.net/join if you know that you want to join the programs. And here is the link. Usually I have them. Oh, no, not Hollywood Screenreaders. Hollywood Gatekeepers. So enrollment closes this evening at midnight, or tonight at midnight, she says with confidence. And then here is an information page if you would like to take a look at all of the things that are in the course. Oh, interesting. So, okay, there you have it. So now you can take a look if you want and see an error occurred. Wait a moment, and then try again. Oh, Ed, so sweet. Best decision I made in 10 years. Come join us. Thank you for writing that. That's very sweet. And he is jamming. He's awesome. So, and there's McKee. Yay, now I'm seeing people pop in. So cool. So it's just an amazing group. And really, we're just seeing so many cool things, and you guys inspire us every single day. We're coming up with so many new cool things that we're doing. So check it out. Let us know if you have any questions. You can comment in the chat. I'll see that and answer any questions that you have. And yeah, I think that was it. Did I say phase 3 and phase 4, we really walk through how to get a job, where to look, what kind of job to get. Phase 3 is DIY Hollywood, all the things so you really understand how Hollywood works. You know the insider slang, you know what a Pasadena is, for example. And then in phase 4, it's like landing the job. Like, what do you need to do? The power of showing up. Where can you meet people? How do you find the type of people that you want to work for now that you've determined who that is? And what are your next steps? So we really do lay it all out for you. And we're having the best time ever. So join us. Or not. Find the way that works best for you. And we would love to have you. And we're having the greatest time ever. So we will see you soon.